Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you guys how I do my fillings. I do have another video on this. If you want to, you can go back to my previous videos, but this is more so of an updated video on how I remove all the bling off the nail plate and how I go ahead and do a whole new set. So my client had these nails on for about 3 weeks. Yeah, about 3 weeks she had these on, and she came in for a fill. I'm gonna remove the the charms with a nipper, but this is like an old nipper. The first thing I was using was like a little plier tool or something like that I got from Amazon. But I like to remove the bling first because, first of all, those blings be flying in your eye. Like, if you ever had to remove bling, it will fly in your eye. So I like to remove it with the nippers first, and if I can't get it off, I just go ahead and drill it. When it comes to removing the bling, I do recommend that you put on glasses, that you have your mask on, because once you start drilling it off, it can get in your eye because it's going to be so much dust. As you can see, I already did the other hand before I started recording, and you can already see how much dust I have right there on my dental rib. It's just messy. So I do recommend that you go ahead and put on glasses, put on a safety guard, because it's gonna get messy. So here goes the messy part. I'm going to use my e-file to remove all the remaining diamonds. The bit I'm using is my safety bit, and it is an extra coarse bit from Pana. It's on my Amazon storefront. So if you're looking for a bit, you can go ahead and search on my Amazon storefront. What I like to do is remove all the bling, the remaining bling, remove the top coat, and then I'll go around the cuticle area, well, wherever you see where it has pushed out at. As you can see right here, I'm just going to keep going into a circle motion because that's where the nail has kind of lifted at. You guys want to make sure you're drilling off any lifted area. I just go ahead and keep going into circular motions, not putting too much pressure, but already so it's easy enough for me to remove the lifted area. Not every nail was lifting, but just that. I think she had like 1 or 2 nails that was kind of lifting a little bit, but you just want to pay very close attention to that. I know a lot of nail techs do not offer refills, and I'm not even gonna lie, some days I think about being a nail tech that do not offer refills because it's a process. Me personally, I feel like refills takes longer than a new set because it's like you have to drill off all the product, debulk the nail, and then plus this client, she wanted her nails shorter, so I literally had to reshape the entire nail, which you guys are going to see later on in the video. But to me, I feel like refills do take a lot longer than a new set. But I don't know, comment down below if you tell me if you feel the same way, but I personally feel like it takes longer. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and take this little plier thing that I got from Amazon. I don't know what it's called, but Yeah, I got it off Amazon, and I'm just gonna go ahead and clip just the tip of the nail because she wanted it a little shorter. And then I'm gonna take my nippers and all of that lifted area, like I was telling you guys, that's lifting, I'm gonna make sure I remove it, but not putting too much pressure. I kind of like push in a little bit and just let the nail pop off a little bit. So it's like I'm not putting too much pressure because you don't want what's not lifting to lift up. I don't know how, if I'm making sense, but yeah. So once I remove all that lifted area, I'm just going to go ahead with my sanding band and sand the natural nail plate and make sure I push the cuticles back and remove all that shine off the nail plate and smooth out where the actual nail, you want it to be a smooth surface. So I kind of like smoothed out where it was lifting at, just in case I missed any lifted areas. I just don't want it to be like when the nails grow out, water get trapped underneath it. So it's very, very important that you guys take out any lifted area, because once your client leaves and it grows out like a week later, she can get water trapped in her nails. So just be very, very careful. So remember when I told you guys I was going to have to reshape her whole nails because she wanted it to be cut down a little bit shorter? So I'm going to use my 5-in-1 bit, and I'm going to use this bit just to help me get that shape of the stiletto. But I am going to go ahead and use my hand file at the end just to really, really shape it up and give me that sharp stiletto shape that I'm looking for. This right here took me forever to do, you guys. Like, I don't mind if my client wants a cut down and stuff like that, but it just takes so much work. I don't think you guys understand. Like, it takes so much work. I hate this part of my job. I hate doing the filing part. I just hate it. Not even filing. It's just like all this dust. Like, I just hate this part. This is like the worst part when it comes down to nails. I like the application. I like the final look, drawing the designs, putting on the bling. Those be my favorite parts. But this drilling part, it be, oh my God, it be a toll on me. I just be hating this part. But yeah, I'm just going to do it because at the end of the day, I have to do it. So I just shape it up until that stiletto shape that I'm looking for. I try to use this 5-in-1 bit to give me the perfect shape that I need without putting too much work. But then also you want to be very careful because you don't want to drill too much. So if you're a beginner, I don't recommend that you actually do this part unless you know exactly what you're doing, because you do not want to drill too much. You can drill too much on one side and mess up your entire shape. And remember, it's a refill. So I just try to drill as little as I can just to kind of like see if I have that stiletto shape already forming. And then I just use my hand file to just shape it up. So like I said, I'm going to use my hand file. I'm using an 80/80 grit nail file, literally the best. grit to use when it comes down to filing the nails. This is the Pana nail file from Amazon. These are linked on my Amazon storefront, so go ahead and check that out. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get that stiletto shape by just keep on filing. I try not to file it too much, like I told you guys before. I literally do one side a little bit, then do the other side just the same amount of times. So I just try to just keep looking at the shape and seeing where I need to file at more. If one side looks lumpy, I move her fingers around. You want to make sure you're filing straight and your shape is very straight. So it being a stiletto, you need to make sure it's even on both sides. So now that is all done, I'm going to go ahead and use my Young Nails Protein Bond and apply this to the nail plate 2 times. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Young Nails Pink Color Acrylic. So for the acrylic, I'm going to go ahead and place it right in the middle. Not exactly where the cuticle is at, because you do not want to flood it, but I'm going to place it where that acrylic was left at. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend it in, and then go ahead and take another bead and place it on top of that. And when I'm placing it on top of that, I make sure I drain the bead so it's not too runny, and I kind of like push it into the cuticle area. Pat it down and blend it in. You do not want to flood the cuticle area, and even if you do, you just make sure you clean around it so you do not have acrylic all over the cuticle area. Also, when it comes to a refill, it's like you have to rebalance the entire nail. So because the nail has grown out, you have to make sure your apex is still there. Your cuticle area is not too thick, but thick enough where the nail will not break. So in this case, her nails, she didn't have to do a refill like super bad, but I be having clients that wait a month, 2 months, and their nails has grown out so much, so it's more so of a rebalance. So I didn't have to do too much when it came down to the acrylic process. So once I place that bead down, I make sure I look at the nail from side to side to see if I have enough acrylic. If I do not have enough acrylic, if the nail look lumpy and bumpy, I make sure I add acrylic there, because you want the nail to be even but not flat. So you want it to look like how, you know, with your apex, your cuticle area, and the tip of the nail, everything looks nice and strong. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my fine bit and just go ahead and shape underneath the nail, remove any extra acrylic, seal the cuticle area, and debulk the nails, and make sure I have a smooth surface. Of course, we're gonna do a French tip. You guys already know how I feel about French tips. I am tired of doing Frenches, but you know that's what's trending, and I gotta do it. So I'm gonna use D&D French tip white gel polish, and just draw that French tip outline, and then I'm gonna use the actual gel polish to fill it in. Make sure all my Frenches is even. The liner brush I'm using is from Beetles, and you can find this also on my Amazon storefront. Link is in the description.